Okay, cool. So we will start with the Metta Sutta, but we'll start to do the Namo Tassa first. Then only we do the Metta Sutta. Is it all right, everyone? Okay. So, Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. This is what should be done by one who is skilled in goodness and who knows the path of peace. Let them be able and upright, straightforward and gentle in speech, humble and not conceited, contented and easily satisfied, unburdened with duties, and frugal in their ways, peaceful and calm, and wise and skillful, not proud and demanding in nature. Let them not do the slightest thing that the wise would later reprove, wishing in gladness and in safety. May all beings be happy, whatever living beings there may be, whether they are weak or strong, or meeting none, the great or the mighty, medium, short or small, the seen and the unseen, those living near and far away, those born and to be born. May all beings be happy. Let none deceive another or despise any being in any state. Let none through anger or ill will wish harm upon another, even as a mother protects with her life her child, her only child, so with a boundless heart should one cherish all living beings, radiating kindness over the entire world, spreading upwards to the skies and downwards to the depths, outwards and unbounded, free from hatred and ill will, whether standing or walking, seated or lying down, free from drowsiness. One should sustain this recollection. This is said to be the sublime abiding, by not holding to false views. The pure-hearted one, having clarity of vision, being free from all sense desires, is not born again into this world. Sadhu. So, welcome to the Armadale Group again, everyone. And I think, is it started with some introduction today? And by the way, I still remember last time, I think that you'll notice that I didn't say by not holding to fixed view instead of holding to false views. Because I remember Ajahn Brahm said that you can't always change your views. Because if you always say that, oh, is it non-self or is it a self? then it's very confusing. So that's why I just change it to false views instead of fixed views. So introduction. Because I'm just wondering, everyone is almost like, is old to Armadale, or anyone is newly here? Please raise your hand. It seems that everyone has been here for a long time. So today I might introduce this interesting meditation because I have a discussion with Sunil. Sunil just teach a retreat on jhana growth, and someone almost, actually they call ambulance here, that's what I heard, and someone almost get his, not say consciousness, but stop breathing or something. I didn't get to the details, but what he do on the meditation, he say that just forget that you ever done meditation before, and this is your last meditation. And I found it's very inspiring because always we think that we done before meditation and we know how to do it, and then that's put so much blockage on ourselves. And I found out sometimes start with a fresh memory, just like a baby. You never hear meditation before, and then you just newly born in this world, and just sit and feel how it goes. And then I think that will give you not holding to this fixed view, like what you translate there in the Metta Sutta, but instead of should be false views. But don't fix yourself that thing that, that's just another Armadale group meditation. But just sit differently. Don't sit on the same position always you attend on the Armadale group. Like who is sitting on the sky currently, on the outer space, which I'm very inspired about it. So just try to make yourself comfortable and then just sit oppositely, just like John Cook, I think, he just sit opposite with everyone. Everyone is facing another side and he's facing basically totally the black sheep of all. And that gives you a different perspective how you'll be meditating. So sometimes it's just nice to have this sudden change of view, or not say sudden, but just twist the perception around. Instead of breathing in, breathing out, you breathe out first before breathing in. Do the reverse meditation. Ajahn Brahm call it the reverse breathing anapanasati. Instead of breathe in and breathe out, try out, breathe out and breathe in. And then that really gives you different feeling for this whole breath that you're experiencing. So maybe later when I do the guided meditation, I will do something different. But don't hold on it. Maybe I will do something same. Because I found out I always like, I plan to do this, and then it come out totally different. Just like this morning when we do our work on this, building this shade for a solar panel converter unit. And I told them to dig a foundation square, and they totally dig differently for me. They dig a diamond shape. So which means tomorrow they need to go back and dig it square again. I said, some things need to fix, because if not, then the foundation doesn't work for me when I put up the structure. So it's still, I think at the end, the meditation also is like how peaceful you are. It's just like something is, you can say fixed, but it's not really fixed. It's just like a freedom, how free you are. Just I remember one of Ajahn Chah's saying, and people wrote this on this Jhana Growth board. If you're able to visit Jhana Growth, you'll see that it says that you let go a little bit, you're happier. If you let go a lot, then you can't remember the center one, but the last one is you totally let go, then you're free. And I always truly found it's really true when you totally let go. That's what the freedom that you always seek for. It's just like you're free from wanting. Say you want money, but if you don't need any more money, then you're free from it. It doesn't tie you down anymore. Yeah. As this talk about Ajahn Chai, Ajahn Brahm give all of us a lot of inspiration on this path and this meditation. And you can see that it always, same thing always describe simplicity is happiness. It's just like, well, says Jhana Grove, always bring me back this memory. Ajahn Brahm talk about, he see it is a piece of feces in the ablution block, and it's so beautiful. And you can understand why, because you come out from a peaceful meditation state, because you're so contented, anything doesn't bother you. And that's why you're happy, you're simple. And then you can see that when you're not happy, it's actually, that's a lot of things to do. And you still drag, and basically your body is just tired. And usually it affects the mind. That's why if someone is grumpy or anything, give them a coffee in the morning first before you talk to them. And this really reminds me of why Chinese people, or I think a lot of meetings, is usually after the lunch. Only you meet with someone and talk about stuff. You don't meet with them before that, because a hungry person is an angry person usually. Because if you request something from them when they are not full in their stomach, then they will have a lot of demanding. That's why the discussion will not be good. Hopefully all of you have your dinner already before we sit down and meditate. So your body feel relaxed and nice. And I saw someone is very nice. They are very smart. They just lie down and meditate. They already start in their really relaxed position already. And that's good, because I still remember at the prison last time when I go and teach, I say that you all are welcome to bring in yoga mats and lie down instead of sit on the chair or sit cross-legged. You all can lie down and meditate. And then someone really went to sleep actually when I do the guided meditation. But it's all right, at least they relax, you know. That's a very important part. And also that's how you found out you have good health also, because you relax. That's why you have all this innovation, and also you sleep well, you rest well. And you're more innovative, I always have found out. Yeah. So maybe we'll start with the meditation. If everyone can sit on a comfortable position. I'll shift myself. Oh, actually I'm weird. I should be. I don't know why. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So sit comfortably, and if you sit cross-legged or anything, I always found out, or sit on a chair or anything, I always found it's good to have a blanket on your knees so that your knees feel not so cold and it's comfortable. And I found out usually if I do that, my leg don't go numb or go to painful state, which it's like not like you can't sit longer, just feel not comfortable, you need to move around. So just sit comfortably, and you have a blanket, you can put a blanket on your knees, so to warm it up. And if you all want to, you can sit face another side, which I will do. I will sit this side, since it's turnable. So, the Buddha is beside me, that's nice. So just, if you can close your room and feel really safe. That's very important, because safety is nice in the room, so you can let go. And also, if you want to take away your spectacles, you may, so that nothing is really like uncomfortable in the face. I will take mine one also, since I mentioned that. And then you can sit cross-legged, or like, don't need to be full lotus, because we are not used to that. But just sit comfortably. And then if you are comfortable to close your eyes, you may. But you also can just gaze in front of you a little bit. If you are just after your meal, you feel a little bit sleepy, sometimes keep open your eyes will keep you awake. Just like how Zen meditate. And then we'll imagine that we are just a newborn baby. Nothing to worry about. And we are sitting in the pram, in this soft cushion which is surrounding us. Because you're a newborn baby, you still can't open your eyes, see nothing. And you feel this temperature around you, just so perfect, comfortable. And because you're in the pram, you're just usually just surrounded by all these pillow around you, this soft stuff. And you can't recognize any words around you. So you don't need to interpret what your mind is talking about. Because you're so relaxed that you just feel your body breathing out and breathe in. Breathing out. Breathe in. Can feel that your toes are relaxed. Can feel that around your legs, just in the right position. You barely can feel them. The whole body feels so nice. Breathing in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Feel this cool air when you're breathing in, and this warm air just exhaling from your lungs. Just imagine that you're like a baby playing with your saliva when you're breathing out, and when you're breathing in, you have this huge smile in your face. Remember that you're a baby. Don't need to expect yourself to be anything. And you don't expect others to. Breathing out, breathing in. You can feel this tingling sensation in your body. And just flow with it. If the breathing gets softer, it's all right. You're going to be very safe here. Just relax. Follow the flow. We're almost close to the end of the meditation. Just imagine that you already grew up. And you have this soft little teddy bear just beside you. You love this teddy bear so much. That you share with your mom and dad. Share this loving kindness of this teddy bear and wish that your parents are happy too. This is your precious toy. You can feel that your parents this big smile in their face. You share this teddy bear, this happiness with your friend, which often come and play with you. You hold them, joy and happiness. Feel this teddy bear pass to your neighbor also. You just live next door to you. You hope this teddy bear brings them joy and happiness. Spread this teddy bear further out to your neighborhood. You wish this uncle and auntie and their families enjoy your toy also. And you can feel the happiness and their smile. And you share this teddy bear around the country that you live with. You hope all of them can enjoy this happiness too. You share this teddy bear with all beings. Hope them, bring them happiness and this softness, and can accept anyone's hug on this lovely teddy bear. And you can see this joyful teddy bear running towards you also. Give you this gentle hug and pat on the head. You have done well since you're born. The teddy bear accepts you. Can you feel this warmness in your heart, opening up, and accept this teddy bear. And you'll know that it will help you no matter you are. Enjoy this embrace, this safety. Or ring the gong 3 times. And the third gong, you're welcome to exit this meditation. Welcome back, babies. So I didn't prepare any topic actually to talk about. And sorry about the guided meditation, it's not much word because you don't have much word for a baby. It will be very simple. Hopefully you're enjoying the meditation, guided meditation. And anyone actually, it's not question time, I know. But if you have any topic you want to discuss about, you're welcome to raise your hand or just unmute and tell me. Have any topic you want to talk about? No. But it's interesting because this whole week for me, I'm going to, like today, give a guided meditation and talk to you all, Armadale Group. And tomorrow there will be another session for Curtin University. And this Sunday will be a Poland group one. And the Poland group, because I asked them, do they have any topics? And they gave me a few titles of it. But I haven't thought of it like what I want to choose. But the first question they asked me is about uncertainty. Because I think I didn't follow up with the news out there. I think that they are still having a war. I think just near the border. They are not having the war, but they are experiencing it. And I heard from Ajahn Mudito, because he went there and teach. And he can hear that in a week there's a few times there's like this tank just on the neighborhood just passed by. And you can really feel that something is going on compared to the normal traffic, because it's not a truck like in Australia, but there's a real tank just past your neighborhood. And you can understand that why they bring up this topic, the uncertainty. And the next question they asked me is about silence as a teacher. And the third question they asked me is about how do you deal with the unsensitivity of people? But I think 3 of it you can combine up and say that it's actually expectation. When you want something to be certain, and then that's why you can't accept these changes around you, because you want something to be in a certain way. And that's why if you want to train that, I always can feel that when I work in the monastery, especially the workshop, you can't find the stuff because everyone have different idea how to arrange stuff. And that really trains you. You can see that is that everyone have their good-hearted, and they just play certain things differently or do certain things differently. They thought that people might get benefit from it, but it doesn't. And then you need to accept that, because everyone tried their best, I found out. Especially in the monastery. Outside world, I do feel that also everyone have an interest to have a peaceful place and a nice place. And then, basically, you just need to accept people just came from different culture, different brought up. Just like me, born in Malaysia, and I have a Chinese name. I think people just remind me just now. And my family still call me that name. And once I basically, I tell you my English name, basically it's like Chinese name, then you have the English name on the passport. The English name is Chin Chong. And I think old Australian or old English, they will refer Chinese as Chin Chong. That's just a general name for Chinese or Asian people. And I have the general name of it. And when I told my parents actually, all of it don't know that. It's a Western thing. It's a Western culture. But I don't mind that, really. And then it's very interesting for me to feel that it's like, I don't feel any offended or anything when people say that, because you don't have that expectation of it. You can see that the expectation is not there. And you can accept people so easily. And then I always found out this acceptance of people is like, it's really based on the current feeling you have. And one day, you may accept this certain issue, and another day you don't. And always I found out why we do that. It's just based on the feeling, based on the day that you're experiencing. So that's why I think it's like a delusion. It's absolutely like a delusion that you're angry or you're happy. It's just based on the current feeling you have. Because the current feeling we just came out from meditation is so peaceful, so nice. And whichever you hear or you experience is just so pleasant. Just like when I meditate in this new room, I feel that the light is too much. It's so bright. And I'm so used to meditate in the dark. Not very dark, but just it's a milder light place. But after that, when I come out now, because through a nice meditation, you just feel it's all right. No problem. With this light shining on your face, you can't see the screen well. It's all right. There's no problem. And you can see that it's always based on this, whatever current you're experiencing. And you don't trust that, you don't react with it. Not just you don't trust the feeling that much. You don't react so loudly with it. And I think that's the starting that you can start to accept people, because you see that you yourself also, it's so uncertain. I don't know myself. I need someone to introduce me. Basically in this talk, when the starting part. So once you don't hold so much on this fixed view, who you are, then you can flow with this life so easily. And then you can accept each other from different places so easily, basically. And then silence as a teacher, basically I always feel that silence is just so nice. And sometimes I just remind myself, don't be too smart. Because I've been trained as an engineer, always interpret everything. And it's so rare for you to feel this silence moment. And you can feel that once you experience more of this silence, you have this different understanding on it. It's just like you can see that the stillness, the silence is so relaxed. You're so free in that space. And then it's just like you can, just like last time I always joke with my colleagues, because when their birthdays is today, and then I didn't prepare any present, I said that here's the space I give you. You know, space can contain everything. It's just like outer space. It contains the whole universe. And then they can't contain everything. That's why I give you this space. Here you go. You can have everything now. It sounds so silly. I still remember my colleague face have this blank face on it. He said, what are you talking about? And you can feel that actually space is the freedom. And then you can just accept anything on it. It's just like this space. You can throw something on it. It just went through. You don't hold it. Nothing clicks. And then you just don't hold so much. You need to defend on this self. I always found out arguments or feeling sad about stuff. It's like the expectation is there. And then that's why people don't live up with this expectation. And you just react with it. That's always nowadays I found out really, just like the karma or the sila. It's just like sila in English, what is it? Your behavior. It's really like a relationship with it. It's not really you behave like that. It's like you have this behavior. What is your relationship with it? Do you have anger towards this relationship? Or do you have this, you want it? And basically that's the relationship between your reaction with stuff. And once you don't have too much reaction with it, you found out you can flow so peacefully with it, even though if you're angry or if you're sad, especially you're sad, I found out. Angry, I always feel it's like a madness. Your brain just hopping around so fast with a certain issue. But sad, it's like you're tired with something. And what is your relationship with it? Is it you don't like this? And you find out always when you don't like certain things, it's weirdly, you feel it more. You encourage it. I don't know why, it's just like you cling with it. But if you have a space with it, you don't react with it, you accept what is there, you can feel that not much issue. You can just drop off it so easily. And that's why always these days I found out, once you experience this uncertainty of stuff, you can feel that you're not much so hold on who is right, who is wrong. Whereas there's no point, it's like Ajahn Chah say, you're right but not correct. You're correct but not right. And it just opened up, so it's just so harmony when you can feel that. Because you don't need to have this argument about stuff. And then you really feel more about this current status that you're on, instead of reacting so much with what's happening out there. And I truly, it's like I always remind myself, this is how you can be peaceful with stuff, you can say. And no matter what happens, you can accept it. So I think that's the talk I will give. Any question, anyone? Very short one. Is it our session is until 8:30, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I open up for question and answer for 20 minutes.
I have a question.
Oh, yes.
The main thing that I seem to struggle with a lot when I really dig down into what's behind the feelings of sadness and disappointment and stuff like that, it always comes back to this concept that I'm not good enough or I'm not enough. And no matter how much I analyze it and come to an intellectual understanding that I am enough and that a lot of those concepts have been imposed on me by my family and stuff like that, something that I still struggle with, and I just wonder if you have any advice for me on that.
It's weird. It's like, I give you an example, happened on me myself. Last time, I think the second year, because they start to build a kuti, and they need some shelving, and also some bedding on it. And I built shelving, and I really like carpentry, because it really slowed me down, because I can't do much. And I make this very beautiful, from the forest, we have jara fall down. We plank it, we make it nice, and then even though I have this crack, I patch it up with this, I call it butterfly joint. It's like a bow tie joint. And it just looks so beautiful, and I sand it until it's so almost can be say reflective. And I'm so proud of it. And then Ajahn Brahm said to me that monks shouldn't have luxurious stuff. And then I get so disappointed with it. I say, well, I'm a monk, I shouldn't make something so nice. But the monks around me praise me, saying that I've done so great. You've done so great job on a piece of basically going to throw away wood because it's cracked, no one will use it. And then you can see that it's for me on that incident really make a knock on my head. It's like someone will praise you on certain stuff. Someone will blame you on certain stuff. Not say certain stuff, on the same stuff. It just depends how they look at it. And then it just really blew my mind. It's also happened on the kitchen project. So a lot of people praising that, oh yeah, what a wonderful kitchen currently we have in the Bodhinyana, because I changed it to tiles when I pick up the project. Because previously it's cork floor and it's so murky because it's used for 20 years. You can understand that. It's been, even though we slack it before and do everything, it's just still so murky. So we rip it off and put tiles on. And yeah, someone praises, look, now it's easy to clean. But someone get upset because if they fall something, it sounds so loud. Because it's tiles. And then things just break straight away. And that day they drop a pot and there's a crack now. I need to replace. So you can't win. That's how samsara works. Some positive, some negative. You never win on this thing. Once you're born, there's a term and condition on the below right that you never win, which is, I think the devil keep it so small. there. And they put all these really like beautiful words on the terms and conditions on this paperwork. So after that, all these antecedents, I understand one thing. As long as you feel good, feel right inside, it's all right. And then you don't seek for praise and blame so much, because you can see that you never win in this game. So on the current situation, someone will praise you, and current situation, someone will blame you. And as long as I think the intention inside you, you've done your best, that's it, good enough. You don't need to change yourself. And it's really fun, you can say that. That's why at the end, just like, I don't know, people play games before. It's like, last time you play a game, and then it's like, you can feel that, I always feel that in my lay life. I passed this game for someone else. Please play it for me so that I will be happy. And then that's how the problem happens. And then at the end, you just say that, forget about it. I just take this game console back on my hand. I can play it myself. And then after that, you realize you never win. And then that's where you drop it. You don't play it anymore. And then that's the ultimate freedom, I feel. So it's all right. And then it's like, that's why you start to stop to really criticize on anything that other people do. Because you see that on that situation, people already done their best. And that's what they can do. And because you experience that a few times throughout this incident, and you have time to reflect on it, that's why you can see yourself also. You don't criticize on other people that much, because you never know what their situation is. And that's the best they can do on that situation. Any more questions?
I received some questions in the chat. Can I read it to you then?
Yeah.
The first one is, Ajahn, how do we lower our expectation in this life?
Lower your expectation in this life. We still need to expect something. Just like you come to Armadale Group, you're going to expect next week still have Armadale Group running. You can't not expect it. I can say that. Some of the stuff is that tomorrow morning you're going to eat breakfast. You're going to expect to eat breakfast. You can't say that you just lie down and say, oh yeah, I'm not going to expect anything. I just lie here. Doesn't work that way. So still some of them you need to expect a little bit. Just like before you come to the Armadale Group and meditate, you're going to expect to sit down. But once you sit down and meditate, give up the expectation. That's when you need to give up the expectation. And some of the stuff you still need to have a little bit expectation to work on it. It's not like everything is just, oh, I don't expect anything. Then you might be getting into trouble. People might bully you. That's what I can say. And you need to have some balance on it. Just like always Buddhists say, you need to find the middle path. And the middle path is, don't walk on the road, please. Because in the middle of the road, you always knock by both sides of the cars. That's always I remember Ajahn Brahm joke around when we talk about middle path. So be wise a little bit. Some of the stuff is all right to expect. Some of the stuff, just you can let go. Just like the old coin of Chinese always remind me. It's like the old coin of Chinese, outside is round, inside is square. But certain things still need to be square. And a lot of things you can be rounded, just easy going. Yeah. So there's no really general rules. That's why you can see that I really like Buddhism. It's not like you've done something wrong, you're going to go to hell. It's just like you understand that there's something wrong. I don't do it again. And that's how you experiment with your life. That's how you learn how to not expect stuff, you can say, through expecting stuff. And you slowly learn that, it's like experiment, how to be peaceful. And then at the end, you say, this is how it goes, and then you accept stuff. And then once there's nothing there, you can really let go of it. Because it's really interesting. I always found out last time is like, why I have so many thoughts on my meditation? Keep on thinking, keep on planning. And then you can hear from all these wise monks say that, no, actually the thinking is not there. You're inviting it. You're the one that wants to think. You're the one who wants to plan stuff because you enjoy it. But because you meditate more currently, and you see that once it's peaceful, weirdly, you want to expect stuff. What's the next stage? What's the next stuff? And then you can see that clearly. You go and invite the thoughts coming in. Invite, after this beautiful breath, the breath is going to get smoother. I should make it smoother. And then you can see that that's where the whole thing just crumble again. And then you learn not to expect stuff after that. Because that you don't need to really, because you understand more of all these stages of meditation. It's just the stages of letting go. Then you learn not to expect stuff. And then you enjoy it more. It's just like, I think, good example as a monk is, we can't expect anything tomorrow what we want to eat. People just bring it. And then it always is a surprise. And then you enjoy the food more. Because there's no price label tag on it. Not like outside, I still remember when I purchased some food, even though it tastes horrible, because you pay a lot for it, you need to say it's good. Just like I think the first time in the monastery when I have these, I don't know what is it, people like to put in the olive oil, it's like a fungus. And this fungus is so rare that they need a pig to go and sniff it on the wall. And then they usually put this fungus in the olive oil, and it smells a little bit, basically a little bit moldy. And people sell it for so expensive, that's what I heard. I can't remember the name. Doesn't cross my mind. But I think some of you know what it is. And it's just so stinky. And I can't understand why people like it until now.
Be truffles, John.
Huh?
Truffles?
Gruffles. Yeah, I think something is it's like this. Yeah.
T for Tommy, truffles.
Truffles. Yep, that's the one. It's just so weird, the smell. I still can't remember why people like it. I think it's because it's so expensive and it's so rare. That's why people chase for it. And
it's like caviar, some people don't like it.
Yeah.
It's just fish eggs.
Yeah. So once it's like you don't have this price tag on, and you don't have this expectation for stuff. That's why you don't have this blockage of it, you can say. And you learn that it's like sometimes it's good not to expect stuff. And that's where you learn from it also. So just balance, try it out. So is there a next question on the chat box?
Yes.
Okay.
The next question is, Bhante, can the space element be an object for meditation and contemplation? Aren't we all just four elements and the five khandhas temporarily occupying the space element?
the five candles occupy the space element, or the space element occupy the five candles. I don't know that.
Five candles temporarily occupying the space element.
Not sure. But I think the first part, is it like the space can be the object of meditation? Is it, Vadi?
Yes, can the space element be an object for meditation and contemplation?
Oh yeah. I usually like this one, and also a lot of practitioners like that type of meditation, because I use this spaceship traveler meditation, and I always tell them to imagine that you sit in a spaceship, and then you have this shield going up, shield away all your thoughts, and then you feel the spaceship slowly rise into the atmosphere and out of earth. And whichever you have done in the past, you live in earth. Whichever in the future, also you leave it aside, because you don't know where you're floating on this space. And they really like it. Actually, I enjoy it also, because you can know that sometimes live in the monastery feel like a prison. You can't do much here. But you can feel that it's like, when you go to this space, you imagine this vast around you, and you have this freedom. And sometimes, instead of observing, you can feel that always you observe your breath is in front of you. And then when I'm at space, I try this really weird perception of it. It's just I imagine I look my breath from outside. Just another side of me, instead of always imagining it's in front of you. I imagine it's at the back. Basically, I look from the front. And it just gives you this really different perception of this flowing in and flowing out of the breath. And you can feel that you observe, because you observe from a third party, another person, you don't react with it that much, compared to that you thought that you're here and feel the breath. And I really encourage that. Just play with it. Play with the space meditation also. And have fun with that. Because I don't know, the five candles is in... Still don't understand the second part of the question, because I always feel that consciousness, because you can feel stuff, unless you don't feel this consciousness, which is... I think the 7 or the 8 jhanas, I can't remember, because I think the 5th one is space without space or something like that. It's just very weird stages, because you don't feel your consciousness anymore. And that's why I think that only you really feel the space. When you still have this consciousness to feel the space, you still like interpreting this self with a body. It's just like you try to eat yourself with your head. No, your mouth try to eat your head. Basically, you can't do that. You need to be out of this to experience that space without space. Basically, then only you understand space. I think I sound like a Zen monk now. I better don't get into that too much. It's just like I don't know how to express it. It's just like you're really trying to understand this self, this non-self with a self, which is impossible. You need to be out of this self to understand what is non-self. Just like I think the best simile can say is from Ajahn Brahm. It's like the tadpole. Because the tadpole is always in the water. You can read a lot about books, what is tadpole, what is water. You'll not understand the water, because you're still in it. Once you get out from the water, because a tadpole become a frog, hop out from the water, say, aha, that is the water. That's how the restriction feel when you swim. But when you're in the water, you don't know what is the restriction of the water. You need to come out from it on the air, then you feel, wow, it's so light, so easy to going. And then you feel, yeah, that's how sticky the water is. So you can't understand the space in the 5 candles. It's impossible. I feel that it's impossible. You need to get out from it. Then you really, really understand what space is. Yeah. Hopefully I answer that question. Any more? Maybe last one. We are 8:30. Any more in the chat box? Oh, yep. Gita. Hello. Is it Gita? You have a question? You're muted, Gita. Yeah.
Right, okay. Yes, Bhante, what I want to do is go back to the previous question, because I think, apart from the fact that you actually explained how the two things don't actually overlap, I think there's a basic misunderstanding possibly looking at that question. First, the part, can the space element be an object for meditation and contemplation? I guess yes, when it comes to the jhana experiences. But the second part where it says, aren't we all just 4 elements? I think this is where the elements and the space element meditation has become a little bit confused, because there is the traditional elements meditation.
Oh, the 4 elements and meditation.
That's right. Earth, water, fire.
Yeah, earth, water, fire.
Yeah. So I think that's the elements meditation. And then of course we've got the 5 khandhas, Rupa, Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana, the consciousness. So that's the 5 khandhas. And I think the person who's asking the question has sort of mixed up. There's a little overlap in there somewhere, which confuses the issue.
You mean the elements and the 5 khandhas?
Yeah, 5 khandhas and meditating on that is quite separate from the elements meditation.
Yep. The elements meditation is... sorry, repeat the last statement again?
Aren't we all just 4 elements? Yes.
Yeah.
And khandhas, yes. But really occupy the space element. That's where it gets confusing. So yes, there is a traditional elements meditation and the 5 khandhas.
Yeah.
There's a little overlap that person has done, which actually leads to confusion.
I see. So is it he's treating the space element as an individual element compared to the 4 elements? Oh, okay. I don't treat that. I don't know space, what is it including in the elements, because I tell you the truth, I've never done elements meditation before, because it's always so confusing for me, because it's like, I remember one of the statement is, you breathing in, breathing out, you feel the wind element, and also I always feel that you can feel the heat element also. And then when the heat ceases, you feel the cold element, and then it's just so much things interpreting, just too much stuff to think about.
But in the end, you find that this is just elements, basically.
Yeah. And I feel that space, you can't say that you can't separate them from that element. It's just like, can I say this? I don't know. It's just like, you need the object and the consciousness to be there. Just like, I need the screen to look at you and my eye. If one of it is gone, you can't see anything. It's just like, because the element is there, you still need to have this consciousness there to experience that thing. One of it is gone, that's gone, basically. So you can't have one without another. So I don't know where the space put at. Not sure. Maybe the space is the connection. Don't know. Not sure really.
And I think, Bhante, you dealt with that when you talked about the jhana states, because in those jhana states, there is the perception of space.
Yes.
So I think the person who's asking the question has just blended a couple of things together.
Aha.
Mixes it up.
Yeah. But you need to go to that state to experience that, because you need to don't have consciousness. Sounds weird to experience that state, because that's after the fourth jhana is gone. Only you enter the fifth one. The fourth jhana is basically the fifth jhana is no consciousness, and it's just don't know. I don't know how to experience that, because you can't describe it. It's just like what Buddha said. You experience consciousness without consciousness, which I couldn't understand that passage even.
Yeah, I can't read it. There's a bit of a mix-up, that's all.
Yeah, but it's like you can experience with that what you can understand on the space. Definitely you can still experiment with it. But once you get there, then you understand it. So it's just like you have the map, it's still blurred a little bit. But you still have the map before that. Just like the path is there. But because in front is still blurred, you don't experience that anymore. But you know there is something there. So it's like I always say that you just store it at the back of your mind first. Well, some of the stuff we can't understand that much. It's just like when I first heard non-self, I can't understand that, because you can see that there's a self here. What do you mean there's non-self? And because you meditate more and you experience more with all these, reflect more, you see that really a lot of stuff, how I talk, how I behave, how I do, is so closely related to the environment you're in and the stuff that you read. You can't get away from it. It influences it. And then from there you can see that, wow, that's just this process going on. Just what you put in. It just reflects out. That's why it's important that what you learn, can say. So just if you read some of the stuff in the sutta or this like element stuff, you can't understand, just still put in the background. Yeah, we can still experiment with that. We don't know yet. Yeah. So, any more on the net, on the chat box?
I think we have come to the ending time.
Oh, yep, okay. That's good.
Yes, thank you very much for your talk and your guided meditation today.
Yeah.
So would you be happy to leave us with a blessing?
Oh, yeah. We'll share the merit. So hopefully, sorry I can't answer that question very goodly on the space. I can feel that for myself also. I don't understand that. I'll go and ask around and read. But thanks very much. And let us share this, whichever we have done here, to all beings. Idang me nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Thank you very much for the opportunity to let me come here also. So see you all next time.